As more data arrived, researchers noticed a disturbing repetition. Within the movement data, particularly the directional shifts and signal strength, recurring intervals appeared. These weren't chaotic fluctuations, they formed a pattern. Clusters of prime numbers, 3, 5, 7. At first, the team dismissed it as noise. But signal processing specialists running deep waveform analyses found harmonics consistent with structured transmission signals. They echoed patterns observed in experimental quantum communication. This wasn't just a moving object, it was moving in code. And in physics, when code appears where only chaos should exist, something or someone is trying to be noticed, or tracking something else. Either scenario is deeply unsettling. Humanity has never seen anything like this from a natural object. Voyager 2 had reported nothing similar before. This was new. And more importantly, it was intelligent. Even more disturbing were findings buried in archived telemetry. When researchers compared Voyager 2's readings with other long-distance missions, like New Horizons and Pioneer 10, subtle anomalies began to align. New Horizons had experienced unexplained sensor glitches in a nearby region. Pioneer 10, now defunct, had a small but persistent trajectory drift decades ago, never fully explained. Viewed in the context of Voyager 2's encounter, a chilling possibility emerged. This moving object might not be new. It could have been following us slowly, silently, from the edge of the solar system all along, moving just outside observational reach, until now, for reasons unknown, revealing itself. On day 49 of continuous monitoring, the object did something that sent an undeniable chill through every scientist watching. It stopped, not decelerated, not drifted, but completely stopped, as if aware it had been fully discovered. Then, over the next 17 hours, it performed a series of micro-movements forming a tight spiral, not unlike patterns used to stabilize orbital observatories. To engineers and physicists, this screamed calibration. The object was adjusting its position relative to Voyager 2, or to something else nearby. Then came the pulse. A single, sharp spike in low-frequency radiation, so precise that it triggered Voyager's legacy safety protocols. The probe responded by realigning its dish, and the signal ceased. A haunting theory arose. Perhaps the object wasn't just being observed. Perhaps it was attempting communication, and Voyager had unknowingly responded. Theorists are now split. Some believe Voyager 2 encountered an exotic interstellar particle cloud or a new type of fluctuating plasma event. But a growing number of astrophysicists propose something far more extraordinary: that the object could be a cosmic gatekeeper. Not a ship, not a creature, but a sentient construct placed in deep space to monitor passage through a specific corridor of the galaxy. The patterns, pulses, and adaptive behavior all seem designed to observe, interact, and evaluate. Some compare it to theoretical von Neumann probes, machines built to observe civilizations as they evolved technologically. If true, the implications are staggering. We are not alone. And we may have been observed for far longer than we realize. Voyager 2 may have not just discovered something unusual. It may have crossed a threshold, triggered a sensor, and awoken something that had been dormant for millennia. So what exactly did Voyager 2 witness in the most silent stretch of space ever explored? A drifting anomaly with inexplicable patterns? A cloaked artificial probe lost in the void? Or something far more deliberate, a watcher, a sentry, a gatekeeper placed to monitor who dares to cross this cosmic frontier? For decades, we believed Voyager was our lone ambassador, drifting aimlessly like a bottle carrying a message across the stars. But now, it appears that message may have been received. And the response, a flicker in the dark, a pulse, a shift in motion, originated from something that was never supposed to exist, yet was waiting. This isn't just a strange anomaly buried in data logs. It is a paradigm shift, a new chapter in human understanding. A reminder that for all our satellites and science, we are still walking in darkness. And now, something in that darkness has turned to look at us. If Voyager 2 has truly made contact with something out there, then the silence of space may not be so silent after all. The question is no longer what we've found, but what comes next. In the unfathomable silence of deep space, where no planet spins and no sun shines, something moved. And it wasn't drifting aimlessly like space debris. Nor was it dancing along the path of a comet. No, this was movement with purpose. It was detected not by a cutting-edge AI satellite or a billion-dollar observatory, but by one of humanity's oldest and most humble messengers, Voyager 2. A spacecraft launched in the 1970s, now operating far beyond the edge of our solar system, had picked up something so strange, so utterly unexpected, that scientists are now questioning the very framework of astrophysics. Because Voyager didn't just observe a fluctuation. It captured an anomaly, a traveling object or entity moving with a rhythm and intelligence that nature isn't supposed to exhibit in the void. So, what is it? A rogue anomaly? A new form of cosmic matter? Or could it be something artificial? Let's dive into what Voyager 2 just saw and why this discovery could change everything we thought we knew about space. Voyager 2's instruments are primitive by today's standards, analog-era relics drifting through a digital age universe. Yet, it was precisely one of these instruments, the plasma wave detector, that caught the first trace. It started as a low-frequency pulse. Then came irregular flickers, directional shifts, and finally a sustained pattern of movement. But here's the kicker. This detection didn't come from within the heliosphere, where solar winds and gravitational turbulence can create interference. No, it came from the silence beyond, past the heliopause, into interstellar space, where the environment is expected to be flat, featureless, and cold. Imagine hearing a whisper in the middle of a desert, and then realizing that whisper is moving. Scientists immediately ruled out common explanations. No asteroid belts. No gravitational anomalies. No comets or dust clouds. Whatever Voyager 2 detected was moving, shifting direction, and altering its frequency as though aware of its own trajectory, or perhaps aware of Voyager itself. Analyzing the data deeper revealed something even more disturbing. The signal didn't just move, it responded. When Voyager's orientation changed, the readings seemed to adjust, too. Some scientists suspect feedback, as though the object recognized it was being observed. Its behavior mimicked that of a probe or drone scanning its environment, not a drifting rock. And here's where it gets even stranger. There is no known propulsion system that can function efficiently in interstellar space, not chemical, not solar, and certainly not nuclear without leaving a detectable energy signature. Yet, this object altered its motion without producing any observable exhaust or radiation. Even more puzzling were the signal modulations. Unlike natural waves, which fluctuate predictably based on physics, this pattern showed timed intervals, bursts of energy followed by silence, then another burst with subtle variations that suggested possible intent. A cosmic Morse code, or perhaps something far stranger. Whispers of artificiality began circulating within the scientific community. Could Voyager 2 have stumbled across an ancient construct, a drifting sentinel in the void? Or perhaps a technology so advanced it defies our understanding of materials and propulsion? One theory even suggests it might be a cloaked reconnaissance device, the interstellar equivalent of a submarine peering through the depths. Speculation, of course, must wrestle with reality. If this is artificial, whose could it be? It is far beyond any known Earth-made probe and too structured to be random debris. Some astrophysicists proposed a more grounded yet equally fascinating explanation. Perhaps it is a naturally occurring plasma formation that developed a feedback loop, almost like a rudimentary intelligence, a semi-conscious cloud responding to external electromagnetic fields. Even that theory stretches the limits of known physics. What is clear is that whatever Voyager 2 saw, it does not fit in our cosmic Rolodex of phenomena. It is the kind of detection that forces textbooks to be rewritten. And then there's the location. Voyager 2 is currently in one of the quietest regions of known space, the local interstellar cloud. Matter here is so sparse that even a few atoms per cubic centimeter are considered dense. For something to move there with such purpose implies that it is either generating its own energy or somehow surfing unknown interstellar currents. The path of this anomaly wasn't a straight line. It curved, dipped, and paused, movements consistent with course correction. Random turbulence would never create such refined behavior. Some researchers now theorize that Voyager might have passed through a field, an area in space that reacts to the presence of an object. Think of it as a cosmic sensor field where entry triggers a response. If that's the case, Voyager didn't just observe something strange, it may have activated it. And that thought alone has astronomers both thrilled and terrified.